What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we gotta talk about Megan Smollett, aka Megan the Liar, because I told y'all on YouTube and I told y'all 2 to 3 years ago, way back on my Bedroom Confessions podcast before I even came to YouTube, that Megan was capped, Megan was lying, and that Tory didn't shoot her. It does not take a rocket scientist to put this case together, but now we have enough facts to pretty much come to the conclusion that what Megan said happened, which is this. Didn't actually, indeed, in fact, happen. Tory didn't have her dancing. He wasn't shooting at her feet. It wasn't going down like that. Now, before I even get into this breakdown, I want you guys to understand. At this point, Megan the Liar, Megan Smollett, is a certified liar. She's a certified hypocrite. It's not up to debate anymore. She lied on oath, on testimony, okay? So, any female who still has her back 100% at this point, cut him off, don't talk to him, she's toxic, alright? This is a hood rat, this is a liar, this is a slore. And you're gonna understand why I'm saying a slore, because she's way behind 304. She's way beyond that, this is a slore, and you're gonna understand why I'm saying that, okay, which is a combination of a slut and a whore, once we get into this story. So without further ado, let's start getting into this story, because this rabbit hole goes deep. So we're going to start with Meg's testimony, then we're going to work our way into Kelsey's, and it's going to prove everything I said about how Megan was lying. Again, way back 3 years ago, I literally called exactly what happened in this case. Again, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, but let's get straight into it, Fleet. Alright, so boom. Megan gets called to the stand. Megan was asked if she knew Tory and what the nature of their relationship was. She stated she knew him briefly and they had an intimate relationship, but it wasn't exclusive. Now, right off the bat, she's already shown herself to be a liar, because when Party asked her if she had an intimate relationship with Tory, she looked him dead in the face and said no. As a matter of fact, I can't remember if it was Dateline, 2020, whatever goddamn network she was on, they asked her if she had an intimate relationship with Tory, and she looked them dead in the face, just like she looked Tory dead in the face, like this, crying like, no, I never had relationships with that man. She was on her Bill Clinton. I never had relationships with that man. I don't know why people are saying that. And in the first statement of her testimony, she acknowledges that she had an intimate relationship with Tory Lanez. Guys, women are liars, okay? Sorry, I know the ladies watching this is going to be like, dang, Alex. Not me, Alex, yet they're liars, alright? Now, some of them will lie about more severe stuff, some of them will lie about little stuff, but you can't ever really just take what they're saying at face value, especially if it has to do with accountability. If someone's asking a woman if she slept with somebody, the likelihood she's going to tell you the truth is slim to none, especially if she thinks it can affect her in any type of an adverse way. If a woman feels like she's going to be affected in an adverse way by telling the truth, she's not going to do it. Alright? And if you ever end up in a situation like this where you're like, well, I want to know if she slept with this guy, or I want to know if she messed with this guy, which you shouldn't even care because it was before, you just leave that alone. It's a rabbit hole you really don't want to go down. But if you have to know, her reaction will tell you everything you need to know. If she reacts overly emotionally to the guy, when the guy's name comes up, when you ask her about the guy, you don't even got to directly ask her about the guy. His name might just come up. And I'm sticking on this because it's a relationship talking point. So this is a little gem for the fellas. If his name just pops up and her body language change, her emotions change, she gets all high, she starts crying, or she gets extra mad, even if she starts laughing too high, like trying to make a joke of it, she did something with the dude. Doesn't matter what comes out of her mouth after that, she did something with the dude. If he could string up any type of emotion, okay, I mentioned she did something with him, just for y'all to have in your back pocket. We're moving on. Megan stated she met Kelsey her freshman year of college and they were really close. Megan denies her being jealous of Tory Lanez trying to talk to Kylie Jenner as the reason she wanted to leave. She stated her wig came loose, so she felt uncomfortable during the party. Now remember that part about the wig coming loose, because when Kelsey speaks, it's going to come back up later. Megan stated that she wanted to leave, but Tory's driver wouldn't leave without Tory. So that's why she asked Tory to leave. Again, she's refuting the defense theory that she was drunk and throwing a jealous fit at Kylie's party. Megan stated, that Tory started the argument in the car after being upset about leaving. He stated he started the argument by turning to Megan and asking her, "Why are you snaking your friend like that?" Blindsiding her and exposing they were seeing each other's behind Kelsey's back. Now, first of all, fellas, never do this. Now we gotta get on you. Tory caused this whole situation by acting like a bitch. Alright? If you're ever in a situation where you're sleeping with two friends and they don't know, you never be the one to say it. Because there's a reason it wasn't said. It doesn't matter if she's snaking her friend. That ain't your friend. Alright, now you slept with one, you slept with the other. That's as far as your relationship with them goes. Whatever they got going on between each other has nothing to do with you. But Tory, wanting to hurt Meg, was like, "I'm gonna expose you," which is some girl ass shit. "I'm gonna expose you. I'm about to put the tea out." He got his little teacup, he poured the tea, and this entire situation, which could end up in him going to jail, which has adversely affected his career the most, and Megan about to get her hit, but at this point, it's affecting his career the most, was caused by him, because if he would have just shut the hell up, first of all, shouldn't even been arguing with her in the first place. Don't argue with women. It's a waste of time. You can't win. I tell you guys that all the time. That's another jig. But because he decided to expose that, trying to get one up, he caused them two to start fighting, made the whole situation worse. Now he's in court being prosecuted. If he would have just shut his damn mouth, none of this would happen. Let me tell y'all something. Women are petty, women are jealous, they get bitter, they don't let things go, and they will take it to the ultimate extreme to get back at each other and you. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Women are suicide bombers. They don't care if they gotta knock themselves down as long as they bring you with them. I repeat, women are suicide bombers, and they do not care if they have to embarrass themselves, hurt themselves, or knock themselves down as long as they take you with them, which is exactly what's happening in this situation. Megan like, if I'm going down, everybody going down. Kelsey like, if I'm going down, everybody going down. Now, everybody's tea getting spilled. Everybody's getting hurt because they're not going to take accountability and go down by themselves. I don't know what the hell he thought was going to happen when he said that, but he's an idiot. Anyways, moving forward. Megan stated that she asked to be let out of the car, but Tory convinced her to get back in the car. However, when they began to drive again, the argument began to escalate to a point that she wasn't comfortable with, so she asked to be let out of the car. Megan stated that she got out of the car, she looked back and seen Tory with a gun in his hand, shooting at her over the car door. She could not tell prosecutors if he was standing on something while shooting or if his feet was touching the ground while shooting over the SUV door. Now, let me say this, alright? Let me get my Inspector Gadget, let me get my Matlock hat. Alright, this is my first time I'm gonna go detective mode. Alright, here we go. You see, Tory Lanez is about 4'11", alright? He's what we like to call a pygmy, what we like to call a dwarf, right? So chances are if he was shooting at it and he had to go over the car door, he's probably standing up in a little ramp in the car shooting over the SUV car door, okay? Because if he would have stepped out of the car and tried to shoot over the door, he wouldn't have been able to make it because he's too damn small, alright? That doesn't take a rocket scientist to put this together, alright? Over here. Alright. Boom, so that's what happened. She's probably not lying about that. But even if she's lying about him shooting at her, obviously, because that's not what happened. But if he was shooting the gun, I could totally see him being standing on something or something like that, considering he was a midget. Alright, anyway, let's get back to it. Megan contradicted the prosecutor's story. So this is the beginning of her lies. But really, the first lie she told was at the very beginning. But this is the beginning of her official lies. The prosecutor stated Kelsey was near Tory when the shooting happened. Megan stated when she looked back, she did not see Kelsey. She only seen Tory shooting at her. I repeat, the prosecutor stated Kelsey was near Tory when the shooting happened. Megan stated when she looked back, she did not see Kelsey. She only seen Tory shooting at her. So she had already changed her story from what she told her lawyers. Megan contradicted the prosecutors for a second time because she's lying. Prosecutors stated that after she got shot, she limped away and Kelsey came to check on her. Megan said that when she got shot and limped away, that both Tory and Kelsey began to approach her at the same time. Really, she lied 3 times because she said in her last statement directly before this that when she looked back, she didn't see Kelsey, just Tory shooting at her. Then she said Tory and Kelsey came to check on her. First of all, why would Tory shoot at you and then come to check on you? Oh, I forgot, like at the beginning of the video, she wants us to believe that he was just shooting play bullets at her. Because, yeah, that makes sense. But if Kelsey came with Tory to check on you, you just said you didn't see Kelsey. Kelsey wasn't there. So how is it that Tory is shooting rounds at you and Kelsey's nowhere to be found, but when you get hit, all of a sudden she's right there? It's BS. The woman's lying. Anyway, the prosecutors asked Megan why she lied to the police. Megan stated that she didn't feel safe and she felt like if she told them the truth, they would shoot Tory. And she also stated, as a member of the black community, we don't put our trust or cooperate with the police. First of all, I hate that when black people get in trouble, specifically black women, but black people in general, they always want to say the black card. Oh, we as black people don't trust the police. Well, guess what? Once you start siding to prosecute Tory, you put yourself in the criminal justice system. So you're essentially trusting the police by being in this situation in the first place. But oh, I forgot. You didn't want to ruin your reputation by telling everybody that you was a goddamn drunk, a jealous drunk, and a slower who sleeps with her friend men and don't tell them. So you had to act like Tory was just wilding out and apparently popped the glizzy at you for no reason. Suicide bomber, like I told y'all. Oh, I don't cooperate with the police unless it's to avoid taking accountability. Then I cooperate with the police. Unbelievable. Anyway, court took recess after that. So now we can go into Kelsey's story, all right? So now we're about to go into what Kelsey had to say over here. Now, Kelsey's situation starts off interesting because from jump, she decides to use her Fifth Amendment right. Now, for those of you who aren't certain what the Fifth Amendment right does or what it is, essentially that means for her to tell the truth in the case, she may have to say something that would lead to her conviction or basically be a confession of guilt on her part. So what she's saying is, if I'm going to speak, I want y'all to guarantee nothing I say here can be used to prosecute me. Alright? So, the prosecutor told the judge they will offer her immunity for any and everything she says on stand. The counselors approached the bench, the immunity was granted, and then Kelsey took the stand. So she didn't even want to hear, oh, we're not going to use it against you. No, she wanted to invoke that. She wanted to know nothing she said was going to be used against her. So with that being said, let's get into it. Kelsey testified that she did not want to be there, that the numerous lies Megan have told on her during this process have left her riddled with anxiety and trauma. She relayed testifying today has triggered that anxiety. Now, let me say this. Ladies, come up with, if y'all all gonna have a mental disorder, because it seems like today, for some reason, it's trendy for women to have mental disorders, and everybody want to go get therapy, and the therapist get a kickback for prescribing you with medication, so he gonna tell you got anxiety or whatever the case may be. Can y'all at least pick a new mental disorder to go through? Everybody has depression or anxiety to the point where I'm starting to feel like y'all don't know any other mental disorders to say you have. Nobody's schizophrenic, nobody's bipolar. Like, it's always anxiety and depression. I wish y'all would at least pick something else if you're all going to make up mental health issues to avoid taking accountability. But that's neither here nor there, okay? So she has anxiety and she's triggered. Everybody's triggered. It's 2022. Anyways, prosecutors asked Kelsey how she feels about the stories on social media that she shot Meg. Kelsey replied, it's ridiculous anyone would think that I shot Meg. Well, then why did you plead the Fifth? But I digress. Kelsey said Megan and her met Tory at the Rock Nation brunch. She says Megan told her to pursue Tory Lanez, okay? Kelsey says she pursued more than a friendship with Tory and began an intimate relationship with Tory after Megan encouraged her to do so. However, when she caught COVID, she had to go back home to Texas for 2 months. While she was gone, Megan began sleeping with Tory too, and of course didn't tell her because she's a slore, a lying, thieving slore. Anyways, Kelsey stated when she got back to LA, she had no idea about the intimate relationship between Megan and Tory. Of course not, because Megan is a lying slore who's called the entire court case to try to maintain her reputation as not a lying slore, as a college-educated woman. When in reality, you're a college-educated woman who also happens to be a lying slore. Two things can exist at the same time. Anyway, Kelsey said on July 11th, 2020, Kylie invited her and Megan to hang out. She was adamant that it was not a party. She corrected the court calling it a party. Kelsey stated when she got to the place, Megan said she wanted to cook everyone nachos. He put cool. Man, the typo's making this hard to read. But anyway, Megan said she wanted to cook everyone nachos, but nobody really wanted nachos. But Megan went to the kitchen anyway. Everyone left and started playing beer pong. Megan came out and said, oh, y'all having fun without me, which I can completely believe because women hate when people have fun without them. Anyways, Kelsey stayed after a couple rounds of beer pong. She got drunk, went upstairs to take a nap. When she woke up, she came downstairs, and to her surprise, Megan invited Tory to come over. Now, of course, that's a surprise to Kelsey because at this point, Kelsey didn't know Megan was sleeping with Tory. Let me get my Matlock back on. Let me get my Inspector Gadget back on. Hang on, y'all, because I'm going to break this down. You see, what you got to understand is about female nature, you see. Megan was drunk at this party, you see, and Tory, she knew Tory could put it down. See how this whole situation got cooked up, and this is a gem. Somebody bookmark it for me, alright? This is a gem. How this whole situation got cooked up is because when Megan told Kelsey to go and talk to Tory, what happened was Tory blew Kelsey's back out. He put that on her real good. And Kelsey, like an idiot, decided to go, you see, and tell Megan about how good it was. Ladies, this is a gem for you. Alright, take it from Alex Locke. Never tell another woman about your sex life, alright? If your man's beating it down, if your man's a munch, don't tell anybody because this is what happens. So Kelsey goes and tells Megan. Megan gets curious and goes, this is how so many men get to sleep around friends groups. And every woman's gonna say, not my friends, Alex. Me and my friends don't do that. Yes, they do, guys. But anyways, this is how men get to sleep around friends group, you see, because one person runs their mouth and then all the other women want to get a sample. So when Kelsey catches COVID, she's out the picture, Megan decides to go and get that from Tory. So now she's at this party and she's drunk, you see. When girls get drunk, just in case I didn't realize, they get horny. In her head, she's thinking, I'm going to call Tory. I'm calling Tory to go and beat my back out. Now, Kelsey's surprised because Kelsey doesn't talk to Tory on that level anymore. But she doesn't know Megan's talking to her at all at this point, you see. This is why she says she was surprised that Megan called Tory. Little did she know at the time that Megan called Tory to blow that back out. But because Megan was drunk, she forgot that Kelsey doesn't know that her and Tory ever had an intimate relationship. You see, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Let me give you back Alex. Alright, so I'm back now. Anyways. Oh, man. So anyways, Kelsey stayed after she seen Megan, Kylie, and Tory in the pool. At this time, Megan was drunk and obnoxious. Kelsey testified Megan's behavior began to intensify as Tory began to do him and flirt with Kylie in front of her. Now, way back 2 years ago, on the Bedroom Confessions podcast, before I even had a YouTube channel, me and Sam both tried to tell y'all Megan was lying when she said she wasn't jealous of Kelsey. You gotta understand, not only is women jealous of Kylie because she's a goddamn Jenner/Kardashian, you gotta realize Kylie's also a white girl. Black women get really jealous when black men want white women. They can pretend they don't all the time, but anyone with 2 eyes and 2 ears and see that they clearly are. So not only are you curving her when she calls you to beat her back out, you're curving her for another girl in front of her, and the girl happens to be white and it's a Kardashian Jenner on top of that. This ain't no lie. She was mad about that. But let's continue. Anyways, Megan's behavior became so obnoxious that her and the stylist EJ urged her to let them take her home before she embarrassed herself further. Kelsey stated Megan refused to leave with her and EJ and wanted to get together with Tory. EJ then told Kelsey to tell Megan her wig was coming loose and she needed to leave before she embarrassed herself. Megan agreed, but only if Tory left too. Tory told Meg to leave with Kelsey. His driver would take them home because he was about to smash Kylie, and he will link up with them later. Megan agreed. Only 6 people were at this get-together, so Megan, Kelsey, EJ, and Tory security leaving the party left Tory and Kylie all alone together, and Megan was upset because she knew he was about to blow Kylie's back out. So, Kelsey testified that Megan did not want to leave Tory alone with Kylie at the house. So, while her and Megan were driving home, she told the driver she left the slipper. Why the hell would you go back for a slipper? The driver's a dumbass. She should have kept driving. What is she, Cinderella? How much was the slipper? It was probably an Ugg. If I know black women, she could have left a little flurry-ass Ugg slipper over there. You could buy 10 more. I'm not turning around. But anyways, she told the driver she left the slipper and demanded that the driver take him back to Kylie's house, and the driver complied because he's an idiot. Kelsey testified when Megan and Kelsey got back to Kylie's house, Kelsey stayed in the car and went back into Kylie's house. Megan went back into Kylie's house. What Megan saw when she entered into Kylie's house was, it's not that hard to put that together. That's what she saw. Or maybe she was giving him the 7-Eleven Slurpee, or maybe he was being a munch. I don't know. Something sexual was going down. Anyway, what Megan saw when she entered into Kylie's house had her so upset that an intense argument erupted and Kylie kicked her out of the home. Kelsey testified that Megan ran out of Kylie's house screaming, "Bitch, Kylie told us to get the fuck out." Tory also left and joined them in the SUV. When Tory got into the SUV, Tory and Megan began to argue because Tory was mad that Megan cost him some cheeks. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to put this together. Alright? But I wouldn't have argued over it. I would have just left it alone and cut Megan off. Again, never argue with women. It's not worth arguing about. You can hit Kylie at another time. Just make sure that Megan's not around. Simple. Tory didn't expose Megan for sleeping with him behind Kelsey's back. Kelsey testified after Tory exposed Megan for sleeping with him behind Kelsey's back. Megan turned to her and told her, "Don't listen to him, girl." Then turned to Tory and told him, "Why would you tell her that?" Again, women are liars. I'm sorry, ladies. I know y'all like, "Not me." Or they going to be in the comments, like, "He's right. Women do be lying, but not me, y'all." Buy the cap if you want to. Again, if they have to take accountability or lie, they're going to lie. That's what they're going to do every single time. Does not matter the race. Does not matter if you get your passport and fly away. That's what they're going to do. Anyways, the prosecutor then asked Kelsey, what else happened on that ride home? Kelsey said, "I don't know. We just argued and took jabs at each other." Then the prosecutor asked Kelsey, "Did Tory threaten to shoot you on the ride home?" Kelsey went silent, then said, "I don't remember." The prosecutor asked again. Kelsey said, "I don't know." The prosecutor then reminded Kelsey she confessed this when she was questioned by them 2 months ago in September. Kelsey invoked her Fifth Amendment rights. So Kelsey's lying too, because again, women lie. Anyways, the prosecutor then pulled out Kelsey's statements and asked, "Do you remember telling us Tory Lane threatened to shoot you on the ride home?" She said yes. Kelsey then asked the judge to speak to her lawyer. Kelsey was escorted outside to speak to her lawyer. Kelsey came back into the courtroom and the prosecutor asked Kelsey again, "When Tory threatened to shoot you, exactly what did Tory say?" Kelsey asked the judge, "Do I have to answer that?" The judge told her yes. She invoked her fifth again. The judge then asked counsel to approach. Kelsey counsel approached the bench with the prosecutor and defense attorneys. They spoke for about 5 minutes. All right. Prosecutors played audio of Kelsey telling them in September when they met her that Tory threatened to shoot her. Kelsey responded, "Everything I said in September wasn't truthful." Kelsey denies Tory ever threatened her. Look at that. Prosecutors played an audio of Kelsey telling them during the interrogation that Tory called her and Megan bitches and hoes. Kelsey responded, "I told y'all that I don't remember what was said that night was burned." Prosecutors asked Kelsey at some point during the case, "Did Tory try to blind you?" Kelsey responded with, "Not just me." "Did he offer you $1 million not to say anything about the case?" Kelsey responded, "He mentioned $1 million, yes." Prosecutors asked, "Did he offer you $1 million to stay quiet about the shooting?" Kelsey responded, "He didn't say a shooting." Prosecutors asked, "Did you witness a shooting that night?" She responded, "No, I heard shots." "Did he say he would give you and Megan $1 million not to say anything about the shooting?" Kelsey responded, "He did not say a shooting." Prosecutors played audio of Kelsey telling them Tory asked her to work for her, asking if she wants him to fund any business ventures with her, asking if she needs him to get her a lawyer. Kelsey said she told Tory, "Why would I need a lawyer?" Prosecutors asked Kelsey again, "When Megan got out of the car, did you see gunshots?" She responded, "No, I heard them." "What did you see?" Kelsey responded, "I don't remember." Prosecutors asked if she remembered them that she saw Tory shoot Megan when they met up in her spot, when they met up in September. Kelsey responded, "I said a lot that wasn't true to protect myself." Okay? Prosecutor, "Protect yourself from what?" She responds, "Incriminating myself." After Kelsey told prosecutors under oath she lied when she told them Tory shot Meg and she wasn't 100% truthful because she didn't want to incriminate herself, prosecutors asked Kelsey, "Incriminate yourself in what? Did you shoot Megan?" She responded, "No." Prosecutors reminded Kelsey she received immunity, but she could still be prosecuted for pre-jury if she lies under oath. Prosecutors asked Kelsey, "If you didn't see Tory shoot Megan, then why did you text Megan's security guard Justin that Tory shot Megan?" She responded, she doesn't know, she's in a panic. So, it's not too hard to put together what happened here, right? This is my last time transforming into Inspector Alex. Alright, you got one or two things that might have happened here. Right? After the argument, Kelsey and Megan probably got into a little scuffle and the gun was out there, okay? So Tory probably was trying to get the gun away from Kelsey and the gun was accidentally shot off. It's reported that the bullet was in someone else's yard far from where the cops actually pulled them over where Megan was bleeding and when she was shot. You understand? However, okay, there's another scenario that could have happened, all right? But to finish up this scenario, if that was the case, a bullet was shot, she might have got hooked by the bullet shards. That's when she cut herself, okay? Because the bullet landed in someone else's yard, they were afraid that that person would call the police, which is what inevitably happened. That person did call the police when they heard the gunshots and the arguing, so they tried to pull off in their vehicle. The cops called up to him, pulled him over. That's when we see Megan outside, limping around with the bloody foot, and that's what happened there. Alright, because Kelsey's hands was on the gun, with Tory's hands on the gun, she didn't want to get in trouble, so she just said Tory shot him because, again, women fear accountability, okay? That's one scenario of what possibly happened, okay? Scenario number 2 of what possibly happened is after the argument, Kelsey was so mad because I want to point out, Tory Lanez wasn't the only person that Megan slept with after Kelsey had slept with him. So in a fit, in a jealous rage, under the influence of alcohol, she actually did shoot Megan in her foot. Tory took the gun away from her after that and then tried to concoct a plan to basically keep them all out of trouble and offer money or whatever the case may be because it was actually his gun. Instead, Kelsey panicked and said Tory shot him because that's probably the story Megan told her to come up with. She didn't know who to be in cahoots with until Megan then went online on her Instagram and started talking about Kelsey, at which point Kelsey went into cahoots with Tory, which is why we're in this situation now, which is why she asked for the right to her Fifth Amendment, aka to not incriminate herself by telling the truth, even though she didn't realize, as they said, that even though you invoke your Fifth Amendment, you can still be in big trouble for lying under oath in court, even though both these women have already lied because you're asking them to take accountability and neither one of them wants to do it. So again, what happened was either Tory was trying to wrestle the gun away from Kelsey and they accidentally shot the bullet and the shards hit Meg, or Kelsey just straight up shot Megan in the foot because she was pissed off because Megan is a slore who kept sleeping with her men. But either way, Tory didn't shoot Megan. And this entire situation was caused because, one, Tory opened his goddamn mouth and said something he shouldn't have said, and these two women, neither one of them want to take accountability. Megan didn't want to take accountability for being a lying, scheming, snaking slore, and Kelsey didn't want to take responsibility for shooting at this lying, sneaking, snaking slore. Now we have this whole big mess. Tory's career has been basically killed because, you know, when it comes to women, you're guilty until proven innocent. And Megan's career is going to go down the crapper, at least in some regards, because women always back women's bullshit. So to a certain extent, she'll be able to survive, but she's still going to be knocked down at least a little bit. Everybody's going down the peg because nobody wants to take accountability. And that's essentially that with this situation. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put it together. This is Detective Alex, Inspector Alex, whatever you want to call me, and I'm out. Peace.